We often talk about exercise, sleep, nutrition, and social connection when we think about well-being. But there is another relationship that can have a surprisingly powerful influence on how we feel: our relationship with animals. From the excitement of a dog greeting you as you walk through the door to the calming sensation of stroking a cat, pets can become part of our daily routines, our social lives, and our emotional support systems. And increasingly, research is helping us understand why. The important caveat is that pets aren't a magic cure for poor mental health, and the research isn't universally positive. But there is growing evidence that positive human-animal interactions can support several aspects of physical and psychological well-being. One of the most interesting areas of research concerns stress. When we're under pressure, our bodies activate systems designed to help us respond to perceived threats. Heart rate can increase, muscles tense, and stress hormones such as cortisol can rise. Research into human-animal interactions suggests that positive interactions with animals may influence some of these stress-related responses. A systematic review of 129 studies examining human-dog interactions found evidence of increased heart rate variability and oxytocin, alongside reductions in cortisol in some circumstances. Researchers suggested these changes may be consistent with greater relaxation, bonding, and reduced stress. Earlier research reviewing 69 studies also identified associations between human-animal interaction and changes in stress-related measures, including cortisol, heart rate, and blood pressure, as well as self-reported anxiety and mood. So it would seem that sometimes spending a few minutes stroking your dog, sitting quietly with your cat, may give your nervous system an opportunity to slow down. That doesn't mean an animal eliminates stress, but the interaction may provide a moment of connection, safety, and regulation. Oxytocin, known as the bonding hormone, plays a role in human-animal interactions. This connection can enhance feelings of trust and comfort. There's something powerful about physical contact. Stroking, cuddling, and sitting close to an animal can be calming for many people. One proposed explanation involves oxytocin. Research suggests that positive human-animal interactions may influence the oxytocin system, although scientists are still working out exactly how these mechanisms operate and how consistent the effects are. It's therefore better to say oxytocin may be one part of the story, rather than petting an animal releases oxytocin and therefore makes you happy. Having a pet, such as a dog, can create a reason to get outside, even when personal motivation is low. A walk isn't just exercise. It can mean daylight, fresh air, a change of environment, and potentially interaction with other people. Pets can increase opportunities to exercise, get outdoors, and socialize, while regular walking and playing with pets can contribute to healthier physical activity patterns. And physical activity itself has well-established benefits for well-being. That physical activity can also reduce feelings of anxiety, improve sleep, and support long-term brain and physical health. So the benefit may not simply be I have a dog, therefore I'm healthier. It may be my dog gives me a reason to do things that support my health. That's an important distinction. Pets can also provide companionship. Loneliness isn't simply about being physically alone. You can be surrounded by people and still feel disconnected. A companion animal can provide a consistent presence in everyday life. There may be routines around feeding, walking, playing, grooming, and simply being together. For some people, that relationship can become an important source of comfort. Research involving people living with mental health problems has found that companion animals can provide emotional and social support and can become part of the way people manage difficult periods in their lives. The CDC also recognizes companionship with pets as one potential way animals can help people experiencing loneliness and depression. Pets can be a useful catalyst to create social connection, becoming that social bridge between the owner and others in the community. Walking a dog can create opportunities for conversations with neighbors, other dog owners, and people you encounter in your local community. That matters because social connection is strongly associated with physical and mental health. Relationships and social connection are important protective factors for well-being, including helping people manage stress, anxiety, and depression. In other words, your pet may not only provide companionship directly, they may also help you connect with other humans. Pets help establish daily routines and structure. This sense of purpose and responsibility can significantly benefit mental health. Pets aren't automatically good for everyone's well-being. Animals require time, money, care, and emotional investment. Veterinary bills can be stressful, behavioral problems can be difficult, caring for an animal can become overwhelming. And Losing a beloved pet can cause profound grief, so the question shouldn't be, should everyone get a pet? It should be, could the right animal, in the right circumstances, support this person's well-being? For some people, the answer will be yes. For others, it may be no. And that's completely okay. Remember to feel well, you don't need to own a pet. This is perhaps the most important takeaway. If you don't have the time, money, housing situation, or lifestyle to care for an animal, you don't need to buy or adopt one to experience that positive human-animal interaction. To get the experience, you may wish to spend time with a friend's dog or volunteer at an animal shelter, visit a family member with a pet, or spend time around horses or other animals. The evidence is increasingly focused not only on pet ownership, but on the broader concept of human-animal interaction. That distinction is important. So can pets improve our well-being? Yes, potentially, and in several different ways. They may encourage movement, provide companionship, create routine, facilitate social connection, and may even provide calming touch and emotional comfort. And positive interactions with animals appear capable of influencing some physiological systems associated with stress and relaxation. But the science doesn't support the idea that pets are a universal cure for anxiety, depression, or stress. Instead, think of an animal as potentially being one part of a bigger well-being system. Good sleep hygiene, plenty of movement, good nutrition, positive relationships, purpose, getting out in nature, and accessing professional support when needed are what matter. But we can't deny that sometimes a wagging tail waiting at the door can be a real boost for our well-being. We often look for complicated solutions to well-being, but sometimes well-being is built through very ordinary moments. A walk, a cuddle, a game, a routine, or a quiet moment sitting beside an animal. Those moments may seem small, but repeated small experiences of movement, connection, companionship, and calm can become meaningful parts of a healthier life. And perhaps that's one of the most valuable things our pets can teach us. Well-being isn't always something we achieve, it's something we experience one small moment at a time. If you want to find out more about what you can do to support your well-being, reduce stress and anxiety, and prevent burnout, why not check out our social media channels at 078training.